Good evening. Um, Welcome to your sports season coaches meeting. For you, obviously, if you are attending this meeting, your child has been able to participate on a team here at Yorktown Middle School. For some of you, this may be the first experience at Yorktown Middle School. For others, it may be old hat to you. Me speaking to the parents is a new thing. So for most of you, particularly this year, this is going to be the first time you see this video. We'll use it every year thereafter for the most part, unless we need to make adaptations to it. I want to congratulate you. Obviously, athletics is a great way for children to develop certain skills that are transferable into life. It's very important to be connected to other students in the building and to be a part of something larger than just yourself. So athletics has always been very near and dear to me. I was a student athlete as a youngster, also as a young educator. I coached prior to going into administration. So as far as, a principal role, there are, obviously others like me, but there aren't many that appreciate and understand the role that athletics play in the overall quality of the community and the school experience and for the growth of the child. So which is one reason why I've chosen to communicate and try to provide some information and kind of fulfill a leadership role. Because even though you may not see me at every single athletic event, I am in constant communication with our athletic director. I oversee the school, and I am still ultimately the one that is responsible for all of these things. Having said that, I'm kind of at the age in my life currently where I feel like I can share a lot of experiences. For some of you, I'm probably a little bit older than you. Some I'm the exact same age. Some of you may be just a slight bit older than me if we all have children in middle school. So I feel like at my current point in life, I have the most to probably offer at this point to share. I've seen a definite shift over the past few years with athletics and with parents. So I just I've made some notes. I want to share some things. And also at the end share, some definite things that are just a must for you as a family and as an adult to be a part of the athletic programs here at Yorktown Middle School. But I always want to start with the students and the children. Obviously, we have many students who go on to play at higher levels, and the thing that I've noticed over, the past 15 years that I've been in the office here at Yorktown Middle School is the idea that there has to be an end goal or a pot of gold per se at the end of the line. So while there are many, many, many children who do go on to play beyond high school from Yorktown Middle School, and a very, very small handful that have ever gone on to do anything overseas professionally, those types of things. I just think that's important to keep in mind. Everybody, and I'm a big proponent of club situations and AAU situations, travel baseball, those types of things. But what we do here at Yorktown Middle School is different and should be different. That being said, allow your students to grow. This is time for them to develop as athletes, to develop as people, to learn those valuable life lessons. Not everything is dependent upon the end results. We love championships. We love to compete, and I am one of the most competitive people, if you get to know me on a personal level, that you can be around. However, I do also understand that we are building programs for the varsity and high school levels. We do have students who will be participating in specific sports for the first time in their lives in middle school, and some won't play after middle school, and even a smaller amount will play after high school. So as a parent, keep that in mind. Some of you are just like me. You were athletes. Some of you were not. Some of you have a great handle on that sort of thing. I've seen others that have not. Make it an enjoyable experience. It will go too fast. If the only end goal for you is a college scholarship, or a hope that your child is going to be a professional athlete, you're going to miss out on some very special moments and some very special opportunities. So, encourage the children. Don't if your child makes mistakes, don't rehash it over and over and over. They know that they made errors. They know that they, could have done certain things better. Be their cheerleader. Coaches are going to fulfill that role. Students are going to put enough pressure on themselves in that role. There are all kinds of things that you can do to enhance that. The other thing that I've seen over the years that can be a very slippery slope, celebrate your child's strengths, but also celebrate their teammates. Every sport that we have, even the ones that are individual in nature, are all team-oriented here at Yorktown Middle School. So, the worst thing and the most slippery slope that you can possibly do, particularly at this age when students are very much learning the fundamentals and basics of the sports, and by all stretches of the imagination, none of our athletes are fully developed and at their peak at this age. There are going to be mistakes made. Bringing light or blame to other people's children, coaches, things of that nature severely hinders the progress of your individual athlete. And so I know no one would intentionally do that, but it is definitely something that I have noticed more and more of over the past decade of my experiences. We still have plenty that don't operate that way, but coaches make note of that. It starts showing through in play and attitude and effort, and it's certainly something that you just don't want to do if that were the case. Another thing that I've seen become a lot more apparent in certain sports is a lot of looking up in the stands by the athletes and coaching or instruction or those types of things taking place from the stands or the sidelines or whatever the case may be. That can be a double-edged sword. You may have a great deal of knowledge even in that area or feel that you have. That's the other thing. Everybody can coach now with a lot of these travel sport